Alrighty, good afternoon everyone. I am Angelina here with Panagrams. I'm going to be doing for you the Digital HeatFX Solution System Better Than Everything webinar. I want to thank every one of you guys for coming. We appreciate it. Please keep in mind that this is not a training webinar. This is a sales webinar. Now that we got that out of the way, before we get started, let's make sure everyone can hear me. So if you can, all you newcomers, please type OK in the question box, and we're going to go ahead and start running this puppy. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. Thank you, Perry. I appreciate it. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty. Now that everyone's here and can hear us, no phone audio. I would definitely switch to a computer, then Brett, or restart the program. Do not forget, you will be able to get this later if you're unfortunately able to not get back in, but you should be able to get back in. So now let's start rolling. Now this right here behind me is our Digital HeatFX Solution System. This is what it's all about today. How this thing is so much better than some of the other processes out there, and getting you full color prints that are cost effective and fast. This system can do it for you. Now before I open this up, I want to explain to you guys something that's really cool with this. So on the front of this, because I'm going to print with a dry toner, I'm able to see how much toner I have in my printer exactly. So if you want to come on over here and check this out, guys, you'll be able to see my cyan, yellow, magenta, and white. Everything right across the bottom of that LCD screen right there. Those are my toner cartridges. Now, if I go ahead and open it up, you'll see what's going to cause this machine to electromagnetically print on our laser easy peel paper. So in here, as you see, I just have my 4 toner cartridges, my cyan, yellow, magenta, and white. These are what's going to create whatever image I see on the screen to come and print on my laser easy peel paper. Now, as you see, there's no heavy maintenance, no big print heads, no wet inks, nothing that's going to slow me down or going to cause me to be out of business because I can't run my machine. But not only that, I don't have a paperweight here. I have something that's like a money tree. It's going to continuously print, and it's going to continuously bring me money in. So now, what is our laser easy peel paper? Awesome. This is the first part. This is what we call our A paper. This is a clear transfer sheet. This is what, when I open up my graphic software and get my graphic good to go and I hit print, this is where my image is going to print on this clear transfer sheet. All right? Now, once that prints out, for example, like this did for us, I am then going to take this sheet and I'm going to marry it with a white polymer. Now, all the white polymer is going to do, if you see where all my graphics are, it's only going to stick directly where my graphics are. Nowhere else. It's not going to fill at the back of the sheet like it looks right now. It's only going to go where my graphics are. It is specially formulated to do that, to take out the cutting and weeding in the transfer process. That's another thing that makes this system so much more cost effective, because I'm not stuck having to cut and weed for hours and even layer stuff out if I'm doing multiple colors. Now, as you see on here, because this is an 11 by 17, I'm able to gang print. So I have right here the Griffin Public Library that only wanted a couple images done. Fine, cool, I'll do that for you. A couple left chest, fine. But you know what? I don't want to waste the rest of my paper. So John Doe has got a couple of orders for some ladies' tanks. Might as well start putting those on there before I start doing that other order, so that way I'm 2 ahead of where I need to be already. So it's going to save me more paper in the end. Now, to marry this, what am I going to do? I'm going to put this in my heat press, as you see right here. I will put this in there for 120 seconds at 285 at about a 5 pressure to make sure that that's adhering properly in there. Now, why I'm so specific with pressure and temperature is because when I'm doing this Digital HeatFX Solution System and making custom t-shirts and custom promotional items, it's very important to make sure that I'm having a good heat press with something that tells me my pressure and my temperature, so I know that every time I'm doing this, I'm getting the accurate results that I'm wanting. Now, when I do this, I'm going to put this in here together, making sure my A paper is on the bottom, My bead paper is placed nicely over it, and then I'm using my parchment paper to protect it while I put it in my heat press. Alrighty, I am at a 5 pressure. We'll go ahead and let that marinate for about 120 seconds on us. Now, I want to go ahead and move over to this over here and show you some simple reasons right in front of your face of why the Digital HeatFX solution system is so much better. So if we look right here, I have a screen and I have a logo on it for a team. Now this is fine. I can keep the screen for whenever I want to redo this shirt. But let's remember, like, you see how many colors of ink are on here? Do you know how many times I'll have to go over this? How much wetting? Not to mention, this is still wet right now. Still wet. So if I touch anything I'm not supposed to touch, I am going to completely and utterly ruin other products in my house. So at that point, I'm not only losing money by doing such a hard, long process, I am losing money because I now have wettings everywhere in the house. Don't get me wrong, screen printing is a great process for 1,000+ orders. Great, it's awesome, bang them out that way. Sure, fine. But when I'm wanting to do short runs, multiple color t-shirt orders, and I wanted to get them done fast and in a quick way, screen printing is not the way to go. The Digital HeatFX solution system is what swoops in and handles that business that normally you'd have to turn away. Now, if we go over here, I have some vinyl. Partially weeded, some weeded, you know. Vinyl is a great product. I'll never say no, it's not. But you know what? Those hours and the cuts I have from this little fun tool we use are not worth the maybe $10 an hour I make doing this, you know. And let's not forget, if I have to add on there another color, so that means another layer of weeding and pressing down and this and that. No. So with the Digital HeatFX solution system, as you saw on that sheet that we're marrying right now, multiple colors, but only needing to do one step to get them all on the shirt at the same time. So now if we come over here, this is our hot peel, the only learning curve this process has. As soon as you got this down, you're going to be banging out shirts and you're good to go. So as you see, I'm keeping my hand low, I'm keeping my sheet on the heat press, I'm going steady. Alrighty, and there we go, guys. Now I have a transfer sheet, full color, ready to be put on some shirts. Now, before we go ahead and do this, I want to show you one more thing that's really going to make your life so much easier. So with this Digital HeatFX solution system, I don't have to pre-treat anything, I don't have to preheat anything, no more of those wash before you wear stickers. So I know some of you guys know maybe the Spider or the Wagner pre-treater, the little making sure everything is all good to go. Well, you know what? With the Digital HeatFX solution system, I don't need any of this anymore. I don't have to pre-treat anything for full color orders. I don't have to pre-treat special fabric to make sure it accepts it or lasts. Not with this, with the Digital HeatFX solution system, I print out my transfer, I marry them, I press them, and I'm good to go. The transfers don't have a shelf life. So don't fret if you guys say, hey, you know what if I print extra? Well, guess what? If you have a repeat order or a repeat client, put them in a box. When they come back, press them, done. Press them, done. Press them, done. No more of that 2-week wait. You're now going to outbeat your competition, and you're still going to make money doing it. So now if we walk back over here, let me grab some scissors for us so I can trim this up. As you see, I have a little security border on my sheet. This is great when you guys are in training to do this, so that way you know the right amount of tension you need when you're pulling your sheet across while you're doing your hot peel.
And Angelina, we have a question in right now. The question is from Richard. Richard wants to know, what size is the paper that we use for this process?
Great question, Richard. So the size of the paper that we use is 11 by 17. So that way, if you're worried about amounts of orders that you're taking, like I did here, just add the next order onto that sheet and keep going. So that way, you're going to continue to save money. Now, I'm going to put this on 100% polyester vest, as you see. All right, we'll say this lovely company, the public library, they have a community service project going on. They want to press them vests. Well, fantastic, we'll be able to do that. I see Jennifer is asking before we press this, do you make the paper at 8.5 by 11? No, we do not. Only 11 by 17. That way you're getting the best use out of the entire system. But like I said, keep in mind, whether it's another order or something personal for you or your kids or a friend or someone around you, I guarantee you'll always find something to add on that sheet. All right, now to do polyester, all I'm going to do is use a light pressure. I'm going to do it for 30 seconds, 285, and I'm going to use this special finishing sheet that we offer here as well to make sure there's no marks from my heat press on my special duty item, okay? Here we go.
We got a question from Tawana. Tawana wants to know, how does this differ from Forever Flex?
Great question, Tawana. So this is different from Forever Flex in the fact of the longevity of these transfers on these items. So we're going to get about 40 to 50 washes out of this, and these transfers can go on any substrate that's porous. Nylon, neoprene, polyester, woods, metals, cottons, tri-blends, foam fingers, packages, all that fun stuff. But we'll get to that after we finish this step. Great question. Alrighty, now while that goes on, I'm going to show you guys some examples. So like I said, you can go on packages, koozies, all that fun stuff. So right here, I have a regular package. I put my logo on there, say I have an Etsy shop. Alright, I also have a koozie that I was able to print on. I did both sides, so you can see both kind of arts. You see the John Doe photography, as well as your lovely surf shop, as well as foam fingers, because I can use this process all the way down to 220, just enough to get this little sucker in there. I'm also able to do caps. Woo! Right there, caps. They're big in the summertime. They're big for sports. People are always going to want them. All right, guys, so let's step over here. Now, this next part is a cold peel. And what I mean by that is I'm just going to let this item get to room temperature before I take the transfer off. So if I'm in a rush, we offer a cold pack with your Digital HeatFX solution system, so you could just put on the ice pack on there, instant cool. Move it around if you want to, if you don't want the cold pack, or simply put it to the side and come back to it after you finish pressing the rest of them. Either way will suffice. All right, but lucky because it's polyester and super thin, it was able to cool down quicker. So if we come over here, ready, woo, nothing left on there. Now, if you look right here, this looks awesome, guys. It's going to have a shine to it, which is great because you can do non-wearable substrates like Diva signs, Yeti cups, all that fun stuff. Fantastic. But if you're going to do wearables and stuff you want to wear all the time, you're going to want to make it matte. How we do that? 30 more seconds in my heat press, bada bing, bada boom, best, good to go. Now, do keep in mind, guys, this process is about maybe a 3-minute process. It does look a little bit longer right now because I am explaining everything to you. I do see that George is asking about financing. Great question, George. We do offer 100% financing. We do it as a lease-to-own program, whether you want to go on your personal credit or your business credit. We have 90-day deferred programs as well. That should really help you out if that's something that you're wanting to do. But as always, if you're wanting to pay cash as well, that is definitely an opportunity. Our packages are between $7,500 and $12,000, depending on what your needs are. Your account manager would definitely love to help you out with the specifics.
And we have a question from Terry. Terry wants to know, what is the cover sheet that you are using, Angelina?
Oh, great question. So this is going to be a nylon material. I believe it is. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. What it's going to do is it's going to make sure that the heat isn't overbearing down on this, and that I'm making sure that I'm not having any heat press marks on the item. Alrighty, now I have 100% matte image that is ready to go. delete that now. Alrighty, guys. What do you think? Woo-hoo! See how simple and easy that was? See how many different colors, how many different cuts of vinyl you would have had to have, and if you messed up anything, oh my goodness. I see that Angela's asking what is just the price for the printer. The printer by itself is $74.95, but if you're wanting paper, which is the whole Digital HeatFX solution system, one paper that can go on multiple substrates, and other things, that is when the price goes up, as well as freight to wherever you are, or if you're in the state of Florida. But at the end of the day, we do have financing options for you, so that's not something you're going to have to worry about. Now, let's go back over here. So as we see, with this system, I'm able to do big images, small images, full color images, images that are normally going to be harder to read. I'm also able to do stretchy, sporty material, as the system has a 17.5% elasticity. So that way it gives me just enough stretch to go on these crazy cool items. And if you see on there, this is featuring our neon laser easy peel paper as well. We are able to do those just by switching the paper as well. If that's something you're interested in, please let us know. You will get some samples with your Digital HeatFX solution system as well. Now, those who are worried about the 11 by 17 size, saying, hey, what if we want to go bigger? Not a problem, that's fine. We have people who do bigger shirts, who do banners, still more cost effective. All you do at that point is then tile the image.
Okay, Travis has a question here. Other than apparel, what are some of the other items that we can put this paper onto? Press the paper onto.
Not a problem. So we have woods, we have metals, we have nylon, neoprene, we have canvas, we have koozies, we have book covers, we have photo album covers, file folders, mouse pads. Anything that is porous that can go in a heat press can be pressed with this system. I see that Tawana is asking how many paper options are available. Great question. It's all our laser easy peel paper. You only need one paper to go on lights and darks, only one paper to go on the multiple substrates that you're seeing and you're wanting to do. The only time you'll change your paper is if you're wanting to do a neon or metallic color, which we will give you samples with as well. I see Beth is asking, how does it feel on the garment compared to the heat transfer vinyl? Is it thicker and stiffer? No, it is much lighter than vinyl. It's not going to be as heavy on my shirt. It's going to be as close to direct to garment as a transfer can get for you. That's why it's going to look so pressed into the shirt. As you see right here, we used our regular laser easy peel paper as well as the neon and metallic to create this rad image. And as you see, if I turn it to the side, it doesn't look heavy. It's not real thick. And I bet, I'll show you this way. There is no imprint from my design. Woo! All right. I'm also able to go on tumblers and jeans as well, guys. Assuming these tougher materials. Alrighty, now I want to go ahead and open the floor to some questions. I know this is an interesting process. There's a lot of things going on. I see Tawana has another question. Can you use in conjunction with rhinestones? Yes, you can. You can use it with rhinestones. You can use it with vinyl. You can go back to back, put them together, mix them around, whatever you're wanting to do. It's definitely plausible with this system for sure. Let me get something straight for you guys, okay? This process is better than the other processes when you're doing those things, yes. But if you're wanting to mix them together, that's 100% fine. Do that. Mix them together. It's not to completely shut down every other process in your shop. It's to make you more money and to save you from doing the more complicated processes that way, you know? It's going to give you the freedom and flexibility and the money you're wanting when you're doing the short runs and the multicolored t-shirt orders and the promotional items and the stuff that would normally give you a headache and take you away from your family, this will solve those problems for you in half the time and half the prep temperature. All right, I see. Can you send this recording so we can watch it again? Yes, I can for sure. Not a problem. Every one of you guys here, if you missed a part, came in late, you guys will get a copy of this recording. No worries. Tawana's asking, how do you later with glitter? Okay. Tawana, that's a great question. That's going to be something that you'll do in your training, okay? Remember, this is for sales, not for training, so that's something that we'll definitely answer for you during your training when you purchase the Digital HeatFX solution system. Alrighty, is there any more questions, guys? Anything anyone missed that wanted to see again?
Yeah, looks like we have a question from Brian. Brian wants to know how to get a hold of someone in order to purchase the product.
Great question. My number here is 813-327-8759. Once again, my number here is 813-327-8759. If email is easier for you, you can email me at A as in Apple, S as in Sam, E as in Elephant, F as in Frank, T as in Tom, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy, at pentagrams.com. All right?
Okay, floor is open. Any more questions before we sign off today on our webinar?
Beth is asking, can we purchase samples that have been pressed before we buy? Beth, no need to purchase samples at all. We'll gladly send you out a sample. What it is, it's a sample shirt with multiple different things on it, our neons, our metallics, our ability to print pictures, whites, colorful, everything, and then even some for you to press yourself. So we'll definitely get that out for you. Not a problem. Just give your account manager a call, okay? Alrighty, guys. Do we have any more questions? Awesome. Okay. So how much money and ink for a full imprint on this shirt, on the sheet? Okay. So my sheet's going to break down with my cost for printing is 18 cents per print. Now, if I do the cost of my paper and my toner per image, depending on how big it is and how I charge, they can be 50 cents, they can be 25, it could be $1.25, whatever I'm wanting to do. Now, remember though as well, the cost for my A and B sheet is $3.69. So no matter what I do, how many multiple color images I put on here, my cost will always be the same. So you know what that means? You'll always know what you're going to pay for something. So at the end of the day, you're always going to make more money because you're always set up to have the same factors always put in there. Because you don't have to charge for your time cutting and weeding vinyl. You don't have to charge for screens. You don't have to charge per color. Only if you want to. If you want to charge for bigger sizes, do it. Do whatever you want. You know what your basic costs are going to be. I'd say maybe around $5 per shirt. Plain and simple. $5. Full color out the door.
And it looks like we have a question from Sydney. Sydney wants to know what software can be used for the artwork.
Great. You can use anyone that you're comfortable with along the lines of Photoshop, Adobe, Illustrator, CorelDRAW, those. If you are using like Silhouette and vinyl cutting graphic softwares, as long as you import it into like Photoshop or CorelDRAW or Adobe, you'll be just fine to print it out, okay? But just make sure you convert that file first.
And we have another question with Tawana. She wants to know, how do you get an account manager?
Right here, lady. Just give me a call once this webinar ends at 813-327-8759, and I will gladly help you out, no problem, alrighty? If there is not any more questions, I want to thank you guys so much for coming today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this presentation and you're seeing just why the Digital HeatFX solution system is such a great asset for your company, whether you're starting up or been in the industry for years. Once again, my name is Angelina Sefton here at Panagrams. My number here is 813-327-8759. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day. Bye.